we have this idea of how life should be. You need to study, pass exams. You're being productive all these years. Ukimaliza, work, earn money, save. Like, where's the time to be alive? What time do I get to actually enjoy? For a very long time, I hadn't played. Like, it's work. I was working hard, but I was not playing hard. So at some point I felt burnt out and I was like, you know what? I need to do something nice for myself. Nikasema, let me book a painting session. Nikaenda. And then I sat on the ground and then I took that plain canvas and then I let my imagination go wild and I started painting. And then that feeling, that being present in that grass and seeing the blue sky, I remember how clear the sky was that day. It made me feel alive. Mwingine unaweza kusema you're not productive, you're wasting time. But I am living.
The work of the enemy is to sell us the goodies.
The work of the enemy is to sell us the goodies.
Right. We're so in it that we feel that the goodies are the actual life.
Mm-hmm.
So we live in the distraction 24/7. And to us, it is a reality.
Yeah.
If I'm not on my phone, scrolling, I feel as though I'm not living. This is the important thing to know. What's
going on? Did someone call me? Did someone miss me? Like, I'm constantly worrying about what's going on in that device and I'm missing out on this moment. Like, every time I come back to the present, every time I come back to the now, it's almost like everything else doesn't matter because I'm here. I am here right now, right in this moment, right in this podcast. Life is okay when it's slow. Like, it doesn't mean kwamba just because your life is not going on a certain speed, then you're missing out or you're not doing something right. It's okay for life to get boring. It's okay to not have something fantastic to do on the weekend. It's okay to sit down and have a cup of tea on a Saturday evening without having to go where there's loud music and friends, and it's okay.
There's a point where I was like, I want to have 3 cameras. I want Shure microphones, condenser ones. I want perfect setups and good orange light, like some proper podcast. And that was my tomorrow. And I started living there. I lived there for a while. And that hindered me from
doing anything
today.
in the present. Yesterday was once a present. Tomorrow is gonna be a present. But the present is always gonna be present.
That's a bar.
And this is the present that I have today. Ni kama zawadi. It's like a gift.
Ooh.
You have it right now. So you have to make sure kwamba you make the most of this gift. And to think of God as the eternal present, it means that He is always there. Like, He's always there with you because all that you'll ever be at is the present.
Truth ain't loud, but it speaks. And when it does, it sets you free.
What's up? Welcome back. This is Thrive 365 podcast. I'm your host, Kevin. And today we are going to have a very interesting episode with a co-host. We talked about a lot of things, but the whole theme today is about don't forget to live. It's about being present. It's about not letting distractions steal your now. So this is something for everybody. If you're using the phone on social media, I think this is for you. So plus, if you haven't subscribed, please do. But other than that, let's get into this episode and I hope you have a good time. Cheers and let's have this conversation. I am so used to having guests in the episode such that when I'm trying to start an episode in my mind, I'm always thinking, I'm a guest, there's a story. So I'm always thinking, I'm in the mining mindset.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
but this one is not more.
It's not.
There's no mining here.
There's no mining. So I just want to dive into it. I remember it was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday and the day before. I've been trying to work out. I was trying to make my schedule work with running in the morning, but never really worked. I would wake up, I'll tell myself, I'm gonna wake up today. And then I'll try to wake up around 5, 6. Sometimes there's this guy who used to wake up at 3 a.m. consistently. And I watched this person so much in such a way that I thought my ideal morning would be ideal if I wake up at 3 a.m.
Wow.
I tried to wake up at 3 a.m. It didn't work. But eventually I started waking up around 5, but it was still a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, if my morning starts with a workout and all these things, it will be perfect. And so I did try, but it didn't work out. And so I tried to move my workouts in the evening.
Okay.
as I've been learning myself a little bit. So I moved my workout in the evening. So for 2 days, I started working out. So the first one is like, it's not really like a workout, I'm going to work out, but it's like a mix of, I'm going to go for a run and then I'm going to take a walk.
Okay.
Which I did.
Uh-huh.
So I started running all the way, Pakakulechini. It's near the beach. And so as I was running, it's like I was leaving the world behind.
Oh.
It's like cars and trucks and the road and the busyness of life. So I was leaving it behind. My mind gets calm as I keep on running. And so as I approach this dusty road, and houses are calm, the wind, I just started asking myself questions. I'm like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Like, am I leaving? Yani, just very odd questions. Am I leaving? Because I felt like I moved from the noise and I came to this place where it was peaceful and I started looking at the cars and I was looking at the place and I just stopped. I'm like, why does it feel like this is life and that is noise? What does it feel? So I was like, this will be really a good thing to talk about. And I don't know if you've ever had such an experience in your life, like where you're like being in the noise so much, because you're like, what am I doing?
I think I've had those experiences several times actually on a day-to-day. It could be in the middle of a conversation. It could be at a workplace. It could be sometimes you just feel like there's an internal scream like, I need to get out of here. I need to stay somewhere quiet. And when you do go to those places like the beach, honestly, I love going to the beach. And then I see the water and then there's fresh air. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, this feels like life. I feel alive when I'm in nature. Some people don't get it. I'm like, are you even normal? Like being in nature somehow does that to you.
I've started reconsidering my plans. I had this vision of living. I've started thinking about moving out, going to the rural areas.
Hey, me too.
Clearly, like I'm thinking, Monacama life is like, I think I want the smell of the soil, or the trees, or the. I just want the raw things of life.
Unajua msomo wa touch grass?
No.
So touch grass is like when somebody is telling you to come back to reality. Like when you're like, grass. I'm gonna do this and that and hey, I'm touch grass. Come back to the ground. You're thinking too, like, so I don't know. There's something about nature. I've been binge watching there's this YouTube videos, rural living in Switzerland.
Oh, you've been watching that?
Yeah, they're cooking things from scratch. Unaenda unachukua. There's something about nature and doing things that are very earthy. Like it just makes you feel good. Even when we're kids playing in the sand. Makes you feel alive. Squeeze everything is just so squeaky clean.
I don't think I played in the sand that much.
Oh, I did. Like
you used to make those.
Nimetengeneza midoli ya matope using clay.
You.
Yes.
Everybody.
Don't let these cute nails fool you now. I used to play with clay, making trucks, we used to make balls using, unajua mpira. You know when a tire has that inner tube that's black and then you like peel that rubber and then you rotate it to make a ball. And then that's what we used to. The creativity. It does something to you, doesn't it? Squeeze unaenda supermarket, unanunua mpira, mtoto anafikiria saa ngapi kutengeneza a ball from scratch.
Do you think that kind of living is still existent right now?
It is actually, but not everywhere. Of course, ukiwa in a place like Dar es Salaam, it's town. Everybody is looking for the fancier thing. Lakini nenda vijijini huko unakuta watoto wanatengeneza cars using bottles. They take those, they use anything round to make the tires, anything. I don't know. Creativity is just striking really much when you let a child get bored. Yeah.
There's something you remind me of when you started talking about there's something you say that made me remember. There's a conversation I was having with somebody in the office, and we were talking about the lies. The lies. This is good. This is good.
Hey, let's hear it.
The lies. So the lies is there is a life that we were sold to as the life, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a life that we're sold to as the life.
Yeah.
And so we come into this world before I formed you in your mother's womb.
I knew you.
We come into this life, and then there is already a life that we're introduced to as the life. This is how you live.
Yes.
It's introduced to us through how our parents parent us. It's introduced to us through the culture that we come across with, whether that's
The education
system, the movie that you watch. It's introduced to us that way.
Yeah.
And so our definition of living now becomes what we have learned. Is that the life that we're supposed to live? I do not know. Maybe we're going to debunk that today.
Yeah.
So it's as though that when you are on social media, when you see the life of everybody else in your circle, and it's like there's a framework or an infrastructure of how life should be is created. And the enemy, I feel like, uses that same thing to keep you trapped in that. So you're either living in the past of some form of life you think of, or either living in the future in some utopia that you're thinking of. You're either living in certain picture on your phone.
Yeah.
So you're never present.
You're not in the moment.
You're not in the moment. And that is what also made me question when I was walking in the beach. It's almost I would see two people. Okay, I would see the mask of me, the one that has learned, who knows that life. You gotta go to work. You gotta do this. You gotta do this.
You gotta earn money.
You gotta be on the pedestal, right?
Yeah.
Lakini, there's another one who was breathing the air, who was seeing the light, who was seeing what's around, and wanted that, but was timid. And when he said, no, but I don't think this is what it should be. I was like, no, this is not what it should be. It should be about work. You gotta hustle.
Be productive.
You have to be productive. So it made me go there. I don't know if you've had certain experiences yourself where the little voice inside of you wants to come out and breathe. I don't know, talk about you. Maybe as a lady you have a different perspective. I don't know.
Honestly, my perspective is the same. Kwa sababu ukiangalia social media, the way it works, there's that instant gratification. And before I came to the podcast, I actually had a conversation with a business owner. Akawa ananiambia, yani, okay, aliwaongelea Gen Z. Kasema kwamba Gen Z bwana hawana patience. And it's because they're used to seeing a certain thing and then they want that to be replicated into their reality. Amona mwenzake amenunua gari, amejenga nyumba, sijui afanya nini, and then they're like, this is how I'm supposed to be living. So they don't have the patience to know kwamba right now I have this, and then I'm gonna go to this, and then I'm gonna go to that. So they're not living in the present. They're living in a different world that is not the actual present. Mwingine anaweza akaargue akasema, oh, you have to dream big. Dreaming is fine, but daydreaming
it's something else.
It's something else. Because then it makes you miss out on the journey. You miss out. There are times I used to nimesha kujipeleka for a paint and sip. Was sipping juice before you judge me. So paint and sip to the end, and then it's because for a very long time I hadn't played. Like it's work. So all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
You know the song? Work hard, play hard, work
exactly.
hard, play hard.
I was working hard, but I was not playing hard. So at some point I felt burnt out and I was like, you know what? I need to do something nice for myself. Nikasema, let me book a painting session. Nikaenda. And then I sat on the ground, kwenye grass.
Oh, that must have felt really good.
Oh, it did feel really nice. I even have a photo. I don't know. Maybe you can show it there. So I sat on the grass and then I took that plain canvas and then I let my imagination go wild and I started painting. And then that feeling, that being present in that grass and seeing the blue sky, I remember how clear the sky was that day. It made me feel alive. Something as small as that. Mwingine unaweza kusema you're not productive, you're wasting time. But I am living. At least in that moment I was living.
Oh my God. I wish I was like there also painting. Oh
It
my
was so
God.
refreshing. So I completely get you, Kevin, kwamba we have this idea of how life should be, and the society or the environment or the culture, our parents and the education system has all put us in this natural matrix.
Matrix. I'm joking. Matrix. Yeah.
Imetuweka in this matrix kwamba yani life has to be this way. You need to study, pass exams. You know, kishamaliza pass exams, you're being productive all these years. Ukimaliza unarudi unapata kazi, work, earn money, save. Like, where's the time to be alive? What time do I get to actually enjoy nature? And even right now, you're probably thinking, kwamba sitting down watching this episode, you're wasting time. No, you're not. You're just living. You are being in the moment, be present, and then that's how you actually live life.
Oh my goodness. I'm already starting thinking about a couple of things. Oof.
Tell me what you're thinking, Kevin.
Because do you know I hate it? I hate it when my mind tells me to be elsewhere while I am here. I don't like that.
And the interesting thing, Kev, is that it's taking you to the past or the future.
Or some utopia of some guy's
Some
friend.
non-existent.
Something.
Where does your mind take you?
Okay, wait. So here's the thing. Nafikiri, you must have been sold to an idea of satisfaction where you will get it. Mm-hmm. Why would your mind go there? Why the Bible? The Bible says, where is it? Okay, now I sometimes mix it up. Where your treasure is, there your heart is also.
Yes.
So, when it comes to life, where is your treasure in life? Do you feel as though a replicated life of somebody else on Insta famous, that is the satisfaction, the place that is your treasure? So because you've set it there, your heart will just tend to go there on a normal Monday morning where your mom came home on 10 a.m., 10:30, or probably she's probably making breakfast for you. Mm-hmm. But you feel as though I think I need to be with my friends somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Why is it going there? Because I feel like we have been sold the idea of the highest priority to be something that robs us of our now. Yeah, yani, because do you know how much time? Sometimes you can watch a movie, seriously watching a movie, but you're not in the movie. You're not watching it. It's like it's like kama kipita njia, and it's like you're using it.
Yeah.
To
It's
time
just
travel.
playing in the background. Unajua siku hizi, I've realized this about myself. Our attention spans are cooked. Yani unaweza ukajikuta huko unaangalia movie. You're like 5 minutes into the movie, you're just fidgeting. You're like, okay, I need to do something else. Like, when are we getting to the best part? It's not normal. It's not normal, and we're not talking about it. It's like, it still goes back to the same thing, Kevin. We have lost the art of being in the presence, in the now, in the boredom, in the... Like, when was the last time you felt your heartbeat?
What?
When was the last time you actually felt it beating? Why? Aware. Can you be aware of your heart beating right now?
I'm not aware.
You
of my
are not
heart.
aware,
I just know
right?
I'm leaving.
And of course, sio kwamba wewe ndo utaenda sa kupush blood, no.
Yeah.
But just knowing that there's a heart here, and then it's pumping blood right now, and even paying attention to the rhythm. I'm doing that right now, and it kind of makes you just...
Oh, I'm trying to do that too.
It just makes you come back to reality. Or when you're breathing. Sometimes unajikuta yani uko unapumua tu yani you're just breathing. Lakini if you just take time to just let it, like, feel it. Feel the air coming through your nostrils, like, it does something to you. When, you know, psychologists use this a lot. Like, they'll tell you, like, take a deep breath. Even when you're hype, when you're panicking, there's something about being aware of your breathing that just kind of anchors you. And I think that's really cool. So, being present, cool. There's a lot to unpack. We're just getting started.
I'm so used to recording episodes that I'm trying to embrace presence in this episode.
Okay.
because it's easy for you to go to the next thought and then the next thought and the next thought and the next thought.
Chop.
Yeah, like you want to measure up to a certain standard which you've just created in your head. It's not. There's no such standard. Bro, just chill, just relax. So.
And once you know that you have free will, unajua hii kitu ya free will. Free will is something that I still do not think we use much.
What do you mean?
So, Kevin, right now I have the freedom to just, you know what? I'm just gonna put my legs on top like this. That's freedom. Nobody can stop me from doing this. Are you going to stop me and tell me, oh, Beatrice?
Unless if you wrote a contract.
Okay, we do not have contracts.
Yeah.
Na kuna vitu ambavyo tunashindwa kuvifanya because we just have these contracts we have in our minds ambazo zinatunyima kufanya certain things. So free will, God gave that to us. Ndio maana even loving him, it's not out of force. Okay. It's something that has come out of freedom. Like it's a choice. You have a choice. Like every single time you do something, just know that you have a choice. If I'm feeling anxious, I'm feeling frustrated, I have a choice not to feel that way. Even if things are going really wrong. And the moment I started practicing that, imenisaidia sana. I've been in altercations. Maybe somebody has confronted me. Altercations.
What is altercation?
It's like an argument with someone.
That's a new vocabulary for me.
Write it down.
Altercations.
Labda niko kwenye altercation na mtu and then I start, what they are saying is kind of riling me up. I'm like, why would they say that about me? And unakuta ni mtu ambaye hata they're not important to you. And then when I started thinking kwamba, look, I have a choice to either indulge in this moment with frustration or to just look at the thing as it is and say, you know what, this is not worth of my energy. And I just, ndio maana sometimes naweza nikajikuta niko kwenye situation ambayo mtu ameniudhi. Someone else will say, Beatrice una moyo, mimi ningekuwa wewe, yani nisingeweza ningefanya hivi. I'm like, to what end? Sometimes you pick your battles, right? So I don't know if I'm drifting from presence. Lakini I think knowing that you have a choice to be here in the now, in the present, is a good thing. It's something that you can be aware of kwamba, hey, instead of thinking about kesho sijui nitavaa nini, kesho sijui itakuwaje, embu forget about tomorrow. There's a verse that talks about not worrying about tomorrow.
Girl,
because today has worries of its own. Is it worries? Its own.
We can read it.
We can read it. That's Matthew.
Ooh, Matthew. Where are you, Matthew? Let's go.
Matthew.
You're not in.
Is it Matthew chapter
6?
Ooh.
I know that one. Matthew.
Hello. Sorry.
Where are you, Matthew? Found you. Yes. It says, okay. Pull out your Bible if you have your Bible. But seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added to you. Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about its own things. Sufficient for the day is its own trouble.
Sufficient for the day is its own trouble. Sasa wewe unachukua trouble za kesho, za jana, na za leo, and then unaishi nazo hapo. I mean, that same day.
Oh my
Lazima
God.
we're frustrated. Somebody said something 10 years ago, aliniambia kwamba mimi ni kiazi, yani mimi sitaka nisahau. You're worrying about something that has passed. Like, let it go. The worries of right now, una njaa, eat something. You're thirsty, drink something. You have a task ahead of you, do it. Instead of ruminating of things that happened in the past or worrying about that. This verse is very powerful.
And this is just one of the many, I think.
This is just so powerful because most of us are not present. We are not present.
Oh, you saying that makes me feel,
Do you remember that there's a book in the Bible, I think it's Matthew as well, ambapo Jesus was going into a certain town, and then amefika in that town, akakutana na a lady named Martha. And then Martha
and Mary, right?
Yes. Martha invited Jesus nyumbani kwake, and she was like, I'm imagining, okay, I'm going to be paraphrasing a lot. So it's like, welcome, Lord, sit, nini. The moment Jesus amekaa, Mary was at Jesus' feet. Anasikiza everything Jesus has to say. You know what Martha was doing?
Was in the kitchen.
Ugali, mboga, pilipili, kachumbari. And then she's pissed like, why isn't Mary helping?
Oh.
Like, Jesus haoni kwamba mimi naangaika hapa. And then she goes to Jesus, she's like, Jesus,
What's wrong with my sister? Why
my
is she
sister
on
is
your
not
feet?
helping. Like, I'm here preparing something nice for you. She's serving. Sio kwamba she's doing something useless. Because that's service. Lakini, what did Jesus say? Jesus was like,
You have chosen.
Mary amechagua the good thing. So that tells you, sometimes you might be in the presence and you might think you're doing the right thing, but you haven't chosen the good thing.
Drop all mics. I say that is really good.
And then Jesus
That is
actually
really
said something
good.
about, he said, no, it's the Bible, not Jesus. The Bible says kwamba Martha was distracted. Do you know it says distracted? She was actually distracted. So me, I'm thinking like, every time I think of Martha namwonea huruma, because yeye alikuwa anaona she's doing the right thing, but the Bible calls it distraction.
So
The real choice
so what you're
was
saying,
focusing on
so
Jesus.
You could be doing all the goodies,
But they ain't good for you.
but they will just camouflage as distractions.
Yep.
And you're faithful,
And you're faithful.
seriously faithful doing the goodies, but the goodies are taking you away from the most important thing. Oh my goodness. So here's what I'm thinking. We've been sold so much and so hard on the goodies.
Oh, yes.
I think we've been so hard. I think the work of the enemy is to sell us the goodies.
The work of the enemy is to sell us the goodies.
Right.
Right.
And he sells us so hard. We're so in it that we feel that the goodies are the actual life. So we live in the distraction 24/7. And to us, it is a reality.
Yeah.
If I'm not on my phone scrolling, I feel as though I'm not living. This is the important thing to me.
Yeah.
So you said that, it just struck me too. Oof. So it could be that, oh my goodness. So,
Spill
oh my
it.
goodness.
Spill it.
Sweet. So, the thing that satisfies you, that makes your life whole, could be right in front of you. And you'll be praying to God. But you can't see what is right in front of you. You could be just right in front of somebody who has your help,
Exactly.
but you're thinking and you're somewhere else. Have you ever been somebody, when we talk, I mean, we know, when I talk to you, I know if you're present or you're not. Unajua visa huyu, why? Yani hapa naongea tu na mwili.
Oh, yeah.
But then when somebody, you start talking to them, you know that they're here. If I can detect presence, let alone God.
Yeah. And he knows our hearts. Huwezi ukamdanganya.
Oh my goodness.
Unaweza ukafanya eye service like I'm here, raising hands.
Like the one we do with notebooks.
Raising holy hands. You can raise your holy hands all you want. But then God is looking here. Like your mind is elsewhere. Unawaza hivi nikitoka hapa church naenda kula nini. Like, hivi nilifunga dirisha. Like we do that. We do that. Hey, there's a certain thing I came across that was talking about tunafikiria presence, God's presence, tunaichanganya na emotions, our emotions. You know, when you're in church, then there is the doorkeepers there singing, and we're singing along with them. The music is so perfect. The notes are on point, the vocals. And then us hearing that, it makes us feel a certain way. Music has that power.
Yeah, it does.
So instead of focusing on God, we're focusing on that music, and it's a form of entertainment to us. And then we confuse that emotion with the presence of God. Because the moment the music stops,
Everything drops.
yeah,
It's like,
the moment the music stops, everything drops. Because then that wouldn't be the presence of God, because it's supposed to be constant, sindio? Ndio maana hata ukitoka, kuna mwingine, mimi I have had this so many times, nipo in
Speak,
church,
girl, speak.
during the worship, I feel like, yani nasikia niko in another world, and then tukimaliza worship, nimemaliza service, I'm back to reality. Like, was that the presence of God?
What
was it in my mind? Was it my emotions? What do you think?
From my own experience, there are times I've tried to manufacture the presence of God.
Kevin Manufacturing Limited.
Literally, yani, you will be in a service and then it will feel like everybody's getting this thing going. That lady there's her hands up, that brother there crying, that brother there, it looks like he's got this thing going, and then there's the one who is like still like they're in deep, somewhere deep end. I'm looking at myself, I'm like, okay.
It's time.
So I'm like, they probably are doing something I'm not doing. So I'll try my kung fu tactics. So I'll try to go there, feel a certain thing, stay in the string, look for the keyboard, try all the funny things to be able to feel it and not be felt left out. But then I did that for so long, such a way it was tiring.
Oh yeah.
I was like, no, I can't pretend. I mean, if this thing really here, it's here. Then there's nothing I can do to make it be here or not be here. If it's here, it's here.
Yeah.
So it said I don't know how to engage with the presence of God, or I know, full stop. So if I don't know, just go to God. God, I don't feel nothing. Should I even feel anything?
Yeah.
Let's start even there. And then I would be like, and then slowly as I was just being open, I would, when you feel it, it's genuine. You know this is the real thing.
You know.
And then you'll be like holding on, because there is, somebody say this, there is no high greater than the Most High.
Ooh.
It's greater than so many things. I want to tell you them, But when you hold on that string, you're like, I don't want to let go of this.
Yeah.
Whatever this thing is. And it feels like the presence of God makes you even know what being present means.
Shindwa shetani.
These guys have come to visit. I feel like you cannot be present if you have not encountered, if you cannot really be present if you've not encountered the master of the presence himself. I feel like the reason why we cannot be present with ourselves and be comfortable with ourselves, we've grown to run away from ourselves so much, and we've grown to hate ourselves so much. We've grown to be anxious about us. It's like since day one, people be pointing about your lip, how it's crooked. People be pointing about your hairstyle. People be saying how you speak funny. Your parents be saying you go to school, you need to get a job, and then when you go get a job, they tell you cannot work properly. So you've always gotten these negative things. Your mind has learned how to fight you so much, and anything present, including you, including your surroundings, like Tanzania, mwanangu hapa panazingua sana. You're already disqualified Tanzania. Yani the area jamani umtawa hapa na nilisinza hapa panazingua. So you are negating everything to do with now. And so where else can you go? You will find an escape.
Yeah.
The easiest escape is the one that can be sold to you. I will go on social. I will binge watch YouTube. I'll go to a club. I'll drink. I'll do something to run away from me. And so we build a life around that. We build life around the distractions that our fellow Martha.
Yeah.
So we build a life in the kitchen. And we close Jesus is right in the sitting room, bro.
Imagine.
We close the kitchen. I was like, this is where I live. And then we feel proud by somebody, I think Vanessa. She posted something on her story.
This is Vanessa Runyoro.
Yes. Oh.
Follow her on socials.
Somewhere. So she wrote something to do with business. And I think business is just also a way to steal your now. And I think when I steal your presence, I steal your time.
Busyness. Achana business. There's business and then there's busyness. So, alafu,
you are busy. We call you are busy.
Nikwambie kitu, mimi, I remember kuna a job I used to work at, and one of the staff members, I hope nobody will ever find out who it was, alikuwaga, akiwa mwenyewe somewhere, let's say in a room, anaweza siwa na kazi yoyote, labda yuko kwenye social media, maybe it's even break time, lakini when you walk in, there's, you
What
know,
is- okay.
just looking like I'm working right now.
Okay.
I'm busy. I'm busy. If you ask them, what have you been doing? They've just been busy. They want to look busy, but they're not necessarily doing anything. Like, it's almost wrong to be relaxed. Like, it's wrong to be chilled and resting. I have had that experience myself, kwamba inaweza ikawa ni a day off, and I chose to rest. Like, I feel guilty in the rest.
You know, it's sad.
It's very sad.
I think it's very sad.
I feel guilty not doing anything. I'm like, today I wasn't productive. But it's okay to just have a day off, like, relax.
Let's get into that. I really want us to go in deep into that. Why does somebody feel that way? Like, why would because I feel like sometimes we can tell somebody, don't do this. That it itself does not empower them not to do it. So I can tell you,
Right.
don't do X or don't do Y. Just because you told me not to do X doesn't mean you have empowered me not to. So why do you think we have a hard time resting so much?
So I would go back to the same thing I said before, kwamba for some reason growing up, resting imekuwa associated with laziness. Almost like if your mom comes home, akukute umekaa tu hapo. Like, you should be doing something, wash the dishes, I don't know, kapalilie, kafanya nini, like, don't stay idle. And of course, there's that saying, idleness is the devil's workshop.
True, there's that part.
There's that part. Of course, kuna idleness and then there's rest. Those two things are different. It's okay to rest, but it's not okay to be idle. I find rest as a part of recovery. Kwamba you have worked for something for a period of time, and then now it's time to just recharge and feel rejuvenated again. Sasa, during that time, that younger child ana kick in kwamba unapumzikaje? Hata tulivyokuwa shuleni, you always have something coming up. There's tulikuwa tunazita cuts, continuous assessment tests. Like, una cuts, una sijui midterm, una sijui nectar, sijui una nini. There's always something to do. So when suddenly there's nothing to do, it's almost like, how is it?
Wrong.
Your mind is already tuned to always doing something. So when you're not doing something, it's almost like, this is not normal. We always have something to do.
There's a verse that I read. I'm gonna put it. It's Paul.
I love Paul. Paul is like...
No, wait. Before. So this document that I shared with you.
Yeah.
And we're reading. And my goodness. So I think this is so fascinating.
Okay.
The name God gives himself when Moses asks the name God gives himself when Moses asks is not I was or I will be.
Ooh.
It is I am. The eternal present. God exists in now. He's not anxious about the future. He's not dwelling in the past. He is here and he speaks to those who are also here. Okay, there's that. Okay, and then there's also him after day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7. Says the Bible says he rests.
He does.
He does. Okay. And so I'm thinking. I'm trying to collect myself. When you are resting, first, let's take a perspective of a creator. I create content.
Yes, you do.
Right? I create content and I know I've gone on overdrive and I've burnt out and I've stayed in days where my body forced me to rest.
Wow.
And so rest becomes a necessity to create the production cycles. Like, if I go without resting, my body tells me, bro, you burn out. Right? So, in other words, in the cycle of work, resting is part of it. It's not something as a leisure. It's not something you do, I'm just gonna rest now. No, it's like part of the entire cycle. And so I've noticed that nikiwa nina, I go on overdrive. I burn out. But as I start to try to accept that rest is part of it, a part of me would be like, nah, you be producing. You should be producing. You should be producing. And so now I started to understand, okay, wait a minute. Usually it's just about being comfortable with me. It's about being accepting me. It's about me. It's about, am I comfortable with I think I'm fighting the silence that I encounter when there's nothing else. I'm sitting with somebody who should be somebody I know, but is a total stranger. That daunting feeling.
Yeah.
Where you'll be like, I'd rather just read a book or watch a movie. But I cannot boldly sit with me, and be like, I am, like me.
You are.
Like be still with me. And so I feel like this is this forces you to get out of the kitchen and face yourself. I don't think this is about the rest in itself. Or people don't rest. I think people don't know who they are. They most likely hate themselves. They don't want to look in the mirror. They will be comfortable with everything else but themselves. Can you sit in the room for 6 hours? No gadget, no nothing. No book, no movie, no film, no nothing. For 6 hours.
The thought of it is driving me crazy. Without
Lock the
sleeping.
room. No sleeping. No. Just sit with yourself.
With your thoughts.
With your thoughts. Can you handle that? It is 1 hour, okay. But just 6 hours. Can you do that?
Okay, I have never tried that except if I'm sleeping.
Well,
that doesn't count.
So sleeping.
When you talked about how there's that cycle of creativity and there's a time that you are forced to rest, I thought of this certain, it's like your body is telling you, you either pause or I will.
Actually, that's exactly what happens. Because I mean, you can't go on.
It's like, moyo na unakuambia, yani ni usimame au nitasimama mimi. Uchague moja. So rest is so vital.
Oh my
Rest
God.
is so vital. So when I think of myself in a room for 6 hours with no any external stimulation, and it's just me and my being, the only thing that's gonna be active is my thoughts.
Let's go.
And my thoughts, lucky for me, I am not my thoughts. And once I came to realize that a lot of us identify with our thoughts. So when I think of something bad, I'm like, I'm a bad person. But I am not my thoughts. So sometimes it's almost like I get out of my body and then I look at my mind like I'm observing. So when you look at your thoughts from a point of an observer, unazipunguzia the power that they have over you. It's almost like I'm thinking, I'm lonely, I'm nini. Okay, and then there's this other side of me that's like, okay, so you're feeling lonely. It's almost like I'm having a conversation with my thoughts. So you're thinking that you're not loved, that nobody cares about you, but is that really true? Challenging your thoughts inaweza kukusaidia sana. And being still, unfortunately, in this day and age, it has become next to impossible because we have been so stimulated, jamani. I've been talking about dopamine with my friends, with my family, everyone I know, and I try. Kevin, my phone has been away for a while. After we finish the podcast, one among the fastest things I'm gonna do is check what has been happening there while I was not holding it.
Do you feel like you're missing out?
Yes, there's that FOMO. I'm like, what's going on? Did someone call me? Did someone miss me? Like, I'm constantly worrying about what's going on in that device and I'm missing out on this moment. Like, every time I come back to the present, every time I come back to the now, it's almost like everything else doesn't matter because I'm here. I am here right now, right in this moment, right in this podcast. So everything else can wait. But we always feel like we're missing out. We always feel like sijaona hichi, sijaona nani amepost nini. And there's this hype to see what everybody else is doing. Like I'm not having fun enough. But no, life is okay when it's slow. Like it doesn't mean kwamba just because your life is not going on a certain speed, then you're missing out or you're not doing something right. It's okay for life to get boring. It's okay to not have something fantastic to do on the weekend. It's okay to sit down and have a cup of tea on a Saturday evening without having to go where there's loud music and friends, and it's okay. And being in the present helps me, honestly, to calm down. Kwa sababu najikutaga, when I'm thinking about what I'm gonna do next week or what happened last week, I panic. Lakini nikiwa hapa right now, even worrying comes from a place of fear of what is gonna happen next or what happened in the past. The moment you just, I'm here right now. How am I feeling right now? I feel okay. I'm thirsty. Oh, I'm gonna have some water. I am hungry. I'm gonna have some food. How do I feel? Do I feel sick? No. Do I feel pain? No. So I'm okay. Lakini ukianza kuwaza kesho kutwa, sijui nani alisema nini, unaanza moyo unauma, unaanza kupata anxiety. And so the antidote is actually being aware and being present. So I'm gonna sip some water. Nilikuwa nimesahau kabisa about that.
Thank you for sharing that.
Oh, there's something else.
Okay.
You talked about God being the eternal present. And that makes me think about, when you think about time and you think about past, present, and future, the only time we always ever get to experience,
oh my goodness,
is the present. Kwa sababu there is no way, Kevin, right now, unaweza ukaenda, relive your past. There's no way unaweza run into the future. But every single time, the only time you're ever alive is in the present. Does that make sense?
It does. It makes me think.
It's like present is the only time you'll ever get to have. Present is the only time you ever get to live. So you have to make sure that you're maximizing your present. You have to make sure that you're using your present to the fullest, because you cannot use your past. Oh, sijui miaka ya nyuma nilikuwa sijui na nini. Imeshapita. Sasa hivi una nini? Do something about right now. Because you know that if I do something right now, it's going to benefit me in the future. Lakini you cannot say to ukimbia into the future. You cannot say ukimbia into the past. You're here. Tomorrow was once, yesterday was once a present. Tomorrow is going to be a present. But the present is always going to be present.
That's a bar. That's a bar. Hey.
The present is always what's going to be. Yani, it's, I don't know how, I feel like I'm failing to explain it.
You are explaining it.
But to think kwamba, at some point in maybe 2004, was my present, yani nilikuwa present in that time. And that time imeshapita. Sasa hivi it's 2025. It's 2026.
You've been in the past.
And this is the present that I have today. Ndio maana nasema it's a present, eh? Ni kama zawadi. It's like a gift.
Ooh.
You have it right now. So you have to make sure kwamba you make the most of this gift. The eternal present. And to think of God as the eternal present, it means that He is always there. Like He's always there with you, because all that you'll ever be at is the present. Oh my God, my mind is blown.
Oh my goodness.
My mind is
we need to sit on this. This is too... You say so many things. Wow, okay. The fact that you say it's not just the present as in the present in time, but the present as a gift to you, and God is in the present. So what are you trying to do going in the past and the future and looking for a life in the future while God is waiting for you in the present?
Exactly. God is like, I'm here. The man nasema, be still and know that I am. And I am means what?
Present.
The eternal present. Wow, thank you God for that revelation.
Oh, that's a deep one. I'm going to add something. I can't, like, that's really good. Like, I'm going to say, I think when I'm going to go through this content again, I will specifically go through this again. Wow. Do you remember the part where Paul talks about being content? And I think let's talk about that a little bit.
Content.
Let's have a discussion about that. Content. Maybe we could Maybe we can pull it here. Let me look for the word content. First, let's look for the verse, because I really want us to just go through it and understand from what he was saying. Content. Be content. Paul verse. That's how I search verses though. Philippians. Philippians 4:11. Somebody say NIV is not a Bible.
What is it? A Quran?
I don't know. I think the translation, they don't like it.
What about ESV? I've been reading ESV lately.
I don't know. I read
New King James Version.
New King James Version,
Yeah,
but
I like that too.
if I want to be brutal, I go to the Amplified Version.
Oh, Amplified can really amplify.
Can amplify the pain of deliverance. Okay, where's my Bible? I thought, how is it? Oh, yeah, you are.
What about Easy Version?
I use it for comparison. I'm like, let's compare. So Philippians 4. Let's just read 11.
Philippians 4:11.
Is it 4:11? Know that I speak in regard to I have learned in whatever state. Yeah. Let's read from verse 10. Oh, no. Doesn't look like it's starting from there. Let's start from meditate on these things. Yes.
All right.
Finally, brethren. Okay, he says finally. Basically, he's talking from something else. So let's start a little bit up.
Unaweza ukajikuta umefika Genesis.
Umefika Genesis. Una scroll to. He started Ukumanzoni, therefore my beloved and long for brethren, my joy and crown, so stand fast in the Lord, beloved. Then I implore you dear, and I implore Saint, whatever that is, to be of the same mind in the Lord. And I urge you also.
Are you reading or what are you doing?
I'm skimming through it first to get to the point. Help these women who labored with me in the gospel, with Clement also, and the rest of my fellow workers whose names are in the book of life. Okay. Rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I will say rejoice. Let your gentleness be known to all men. The Lord is at hand. Then it goes, be anxious. He started dealing with that right here. Be anxious for nothing. But in everything, by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And then deals with anxiety right there. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus. In my mind, he's already started dealing with the state of your heart. Then it comes to something to do with meditation. Finally, brethren, whatever these things are true, whatever things are noble, whatever things are just, whatever things are pure, whatever things are lovely, whatever things are of good report, if there's any virtue, and if there's anything praiseworthy, meditate on these things. The things which you learned and received, Polly, it's a long read, but you've chose to watch this episode, so you'll probably just finish it. The things which you learned and received and heard and saw in me, these do, and the God of peace who with you. Okay? And then he says, but I rejoice in the Lord greatly, and now at last your care for me has flourished again, though you surely did care, but you lacked opportunity. Not that I speak in regard to need, for I have learned in whatever state I am to be content. I know how to be abased, and I know how to abound. Everywhere and in all things I have learned both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So one of the things that pulled me is I have learned.
So you have to learn.
I have learned in whatever state. I have learned. Compare. I'm sorry. I'm just going to go a little bit deep dive. Amplified. Not that I am implying that I was in any personal want, for I have learned how to be content.
I have learned.
Satisfied to the point where I am not disturbed or disquieted.
I need to take a note of this. So being content can be learned.
It's a learning.
Being in the present can be learned. So
that's what I'm seeing here.
I can learn how to be present. I can learn how to be satisfied with what I have.
You can.
There is a difference between, Kevin, is there a difference between satisfaction and contentment? Is it contentment?
Contentment, yes. Probably. Okay, let me see. So what I can do is I can go to this other, it's 9:11, right? Philippians 9:11, right?
Yes, 4:11.
What? 4:11. Philippians 4:11, right?
Yeah.
And so it says, okay, the word content, I'll pull it up. complacent. That's what it
Safe.
says. From through the idea of a backfilling word, the pronoun used alone and comparative with the proper personal pronoun. Okay, so many blah blahs here. Probably akin to through the idea properly to word or figuratively. Be content. Be enough. Suffice. Be sufficient. Sufficient.
Oh, you know what I thought about? Is it King Solomon ambaye alikuwa anaongelea kuhusiana na how he has had all these things, the riches, the wealth, and it's all vanity.
So that was like Ecclesiastes. It's like he has done the most, probably everything that we've thought about of doing. Still in itself, he didn't find sufficiency in those things. 300
wives.
There was no sufficiency in those. So we are looking for sufficiency in things, in people, in riches. We're looking for some form of sufficiency. But he said he learned to be content, even in the state where he hadn't.
Mm-hmm.
So even the state where you do not have, you can be. You can be enough. You can.
Yes.
It's possible to be enough in the state where you don't have what people think is the one that makes you enough.
Yeah.
It's very possible. Where you can wake up, you have a cup of tea, one slice of bread, but you are enough.
So, I feel like sharing something personal.
Let's go!
Hey, unapenda, umbea. So, I remember back in 2021, if not 2020.
When you were 19 years old?
Mtu mzima. So in 2021, I was living kwa ndugu. And for the first time, nilikuwa nafanya kazi mbali. It's almost like kilometer, maybe, if not 15, I don't know. It was a very long distance. Na nilikuwa nachoka sana kwa sababu naenda kazini, nafika nimechoka, natoka kazini, narudi nyumbani nimechoka. Yani it's tiredness all the time. Nachokaga sana, and then my body was telling me, you either stop or I will. And then I used to sleep kwenye madaladala, you know, unalala. Imagine mimi.
With a glory.
With a glory. Niko napitishwa, naenda paka mwisho wa kituo. And then I'm like, nashuka, napanda lingine, narudi nalo paka pale. Yani, it was just chaotic. And then I was like, I have to move. Sasa I moved. And all I had was money for a mattress. I didn't have money for a curtain. I didn't have money for a fridge, anything. And I was like, that's fine. And I remember that first day, entering that empty room. Nikafunga shuka kwenye dirisha. And then I slept on that. I had one bedsheet. Nikajifunika na kanga as something to cover up. But that sleep was good. I didn't have everything. But I was so happy. You know, unajua the happiness ambayo I'm like, if I was to compare myself with what everybody has online, kuangalia kwamba hii wenzangu wamenunua zile sijui automatic curtain openers na nini, watu wana mafriji ambao wanaya stock sijui na nini, I would feel like I am very far in life. I'm very behind in life. But Kevin, in that moment of sleeping on that chini, sikuwa na kitanda, on the floor, my mattress, my smile was ear to ear. And then as I started buying one thing after another, I remember the day that I bought a fridge. Eti nimekaa nayo pale hivi. The whole time I'm staring at it. I'm like, oh my God, I have a fridge. Afu kafriji kadogo. Hakatoshei hata nyama za wiki. But I was so happy. And then that taught me something. Gratitude. Contentment. I don't know why I shared that. Because mtu mwingine anaweza akawa anaangalia the stage of life that they're in. Even you who is watching right now, you might think that maybe there's so much I haven't done, I haven't achieved this and that. Celebrate the little wins. Celebrate your health. Celebrate your family, your friends. Celebrate the food you had on your plate today. And there's something about gratitude that does something to God. It's like God anapenda sana when you're grateful. Because tukijikompea na wengine, we always think we don't have enough. Tukijikompea na nani amenunuliwa Ferrari, tunaona kwamba sasa mimi sina hata IST, hivi sasa what am I doing in this life? lakini you have 2 legs, you can walk. Be grateful for those 2 legs. Yani walk gloriously. Nakumbuka Apostle Joshua Salman alikuwa anasema I was trekking gloriously. Trek gloriously. Panda boda glorious. Mimi naweza nikapanda boda boda and I'm like, wengine wanakushushia kioo wanakuangalia as though you are nothing, but you know exactly what you are, who you are, what you carry, and there's just more to come, and you can only bring more good if you appreciate the little good that you think is little that you have. Na funny enough ni kwamba mimi hapa naweza nikajiona what I have is so small, but someone else is looking at me and they're like, I wish I had what she has. I wish I had what he has. Yeah.
You came for me.
Did I? Hey.
Yo, hitting. Yo, I remember, okay, there's a time probably you're seeing, this is one camera shot, right?
Yeah.
This is a one sofa. There's 2 black curtains. And then there's a really cool plant right there.
Glorious plant.
Right? And so there's a point where I was like, I want to have 3 cameras. I want Shure microphones, condenser ones. I want perfect setups and good orange light, like some proper podcast. And that was my tomorrow. And I started living there. I lived there for a while. And that hindered me from
doing anything
today.
in the present.
So I went through probably 3, 4, 5 months thinking, people would be asking, are you going to shoot the podcast? Man, in my mind, I'm like, I'm going to make this money. And then when I'm going to make this money, I'm going to rent 2 parts. And then I'm going to rent that place. And then when I rent that place, I'm going to put that. I'm going to put that. But then I wasn't there. I wasn't there yet.
Yeah.
And I think just being open and honest with yourself, you don't have a fridge yet. You have a mattress. Be grateful.
Let's go.
Like, you don't have what you're thinking you should have. You don't have that job yet. But you have an oven.
Yeah.
That you can bake. You don't have it yet. You don't. That's the reality. I think that's the reality that the devil is trying to take us away from. Because I feel like when you're in the present, you can be creative.
Oh, yes. Very much.
Because if I look, okay, I've got a carpet, I've got a room, I've got 2 lights. So if we move this there, I think that's powerful. This one, when God formed man from the dust of the ground, he used the soil. He didn't wait for some fancy tool somewhere. He went to the ground with what was present. He took it and formed the greatest invention in mankind.
Look at that.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at this. He formed that. But you have to be aware of what's around you. And you can't do that if you're not present.
Absolutely.
So probably your wealth is in the present. You're looking for it in the future. Probably your greatest invention is right here. You just need to move this sofa and just move that camera, and then you have the greatest invention. So you're waiting for, I don't know what you're waiting for. Whatever you're waiting for, it's not coming because it's already here.
Kevin, you made me think about mambo ya, ladies would relate to this, even men, glow up. So there's this glow up culture kwamba, right now I look a certain way and then I want, maybe nipunguze, sijui nifanye nini, nifanye mazoezi, I want to get jacked. Sijui nataka nifanye nini, nipate sijui certain kind of look. And then you're thinking of it from the point of the future kwamba nikipungua hivi nitakaa vizuri. And then what are you doing in the present, which is what you have? You're stuffing in some cake. You're stuffing in some...
Oh my goodness.
Unakula vitu ambavo. You're not... It's like, if you don't do anything right now, how are you expecting that future to be any different? If you cannot appreciate what you have, the journey, the climb, how do you expect to appreciate when you get there? And how are you even going to get there?
Those are good questions.
How are you even gonna get there?
Those are really good questions. I'm going to be a little bit honest and vulnerable about something.
Let's go. We love vulnerability.
Yeah, so I've never shared this before.
Hey,
It's going to be the first time I'm sharing this
let's
on camera.
hear it.
So, oh my goodness. I have grown up with a slim body, right?
Yeah.
And the fitness industry doesn't recognize slim.
Yeah.
It wants buffed up. You've got a muscle. So that's the idea of identity that I've grown to see. And when people would refer to that, it's something that people would want. Men would want that. Women would want that, right? So immediately what stayed in my head was, you know what? If you want to be likable, if you want to be attractive, you got to buff up. You got to have those chests. You're going to have, yani? So because of that, I went into workout with the wrong intent.
Oh.
Let's go. I went to gain weight with the wrong intent. So like, I'm supposed to eat proteins. So there's a time that where I would sit down and eat proteins with meat, peanut butter and raw eggs and whatever, milk and whatever that sounds like protein, put it in the mix. So I would work out. And the idea that I have in my mind is like, once I'm this, subconsciously, I did not know that was conscious, that was something inside me at that time, but subconsciously my mind is like, when you're this, you'll be accepted.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. Oh.
So I stayed there, worked out. And then after a while, I remember that God started delivering me. I realized, no. I looked at the mirror, I'm like, no, the problem is not that. The problem is I don't like that guy. The problem is like, I've not accepted this guy. Only to realize that as much as God designed your way to think, there's a way you think, there's a way you do things, but there's a way God has designed your body.
Yep.
Very specific to you and specific to me.
Yes.
I had interests within me with my body that I was like, I'm interested to do contemporary dancing. Yeah, I mean, you've seen my video.
Oh
right?
yeah, I have.
So I'm interested to do contemporary dance. I had interest to very motion-like running, marathons, swimming, something to do with endurance and agility. That doesn't need a buffed off body.
In fact, a buffed up body is a hindrance. Yeah.
So I started to, wait a minute, why am I inclined to those things? I started to see how my design and the way my body is telling me, eat that, don't eat that. I was fighting that. I was like, no, I need to eat protein. And then they'll eat protein. I'm like, no, I don't like it. You know, there are foods that I'm naturally, I want to eat that. And it's nutritious. But then somebody be like, you should eat more of these. You grow buff. I'm like, no. So I started accepting and agreeing that what I have is valuable.
Yeah, absolutely.
God gave me this. In fact, there's a design behind it that makes it amazing.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, I remember there's a time in school we were going down the stairs. This memory just came to my mind right now. There's this biology teacher was coming down the stairs and I was coming up the stairs. And so we were going to meet somewhere. I was going to go around and climb to the first floor and he was going to come down. So when I moved and I turned, he was there. I moved so fast. I went, he looked at me and said, you are swift. That image had never left me. I still remember like it was yesterday. And so now I remember, okay, I've had that comment before with somebody. They told me the same thing. You know, there's something was falling. I reached out very fast and I grabbed it. Man, you're fast. It's like, but in that moment, it's like, hey, it's just anybody can do that.
There's something.
You know, but I say that because you could be at a place where you're looking at yourself and you're like, look at my hair, or look at my feet, my chest, my whatever it is. But God God designed you like that for a reason. But it's going to be very difficult if you look up to other people as the standard. It's going to be hard to see what is present.
What is unique to you?
What is unique to you? You have this, Beatrice.
Yeah.
You speak like this. And I felt like sharing that. I feel like somebody will be watching this and be like, I don't like myself. You are a beautiful girl. So beautiful. Yeah. You've got it, man. Yani, you have it. You have it. That body that you think you need to build it. No. The one that you have is enough. Probably build it because it's healthy, but have the right intentions.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like dissecting something.
Okay.
Which I stayed. I've been on this verse. There's a time I've been on this verse. It feels it's just coming in my mind right now.
What's the verse?
It's Matthew again. Hi, Matthew.
Hi, Matthew.
Watch The Chosen.
I am in episode. Bado niko mwanzoni.
Mwanzoni is season 1, episode 1.
Probably 2 or 3.
Who's your favorite character?
Jesus.
Okay. I mean,
that's the easy
everybody
answer.
would say that, right?
Of course.
Other than Jesus. Do you have like a favorite? Like Peter or Matthew?
Well, I do love.
I think like I'm a math. Okay. Let's go.
From the Chosen or from the Bible?
From The Chosen.
I haven't reached that far yet, so give me time.
Okay.
Matthew. Do you know that my grandpa's name is Matthew?
What about read your grandpa? What did he write? Okay.
You haven't read the verse.
Okay, here it is. Matthew. I say, if I read this, the Lord save us. Matthew 6:24 and 25 and 26. We're going to go through the whole thing. 27. We're going to dissect worry. No one can serve two masters. For either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will be loyal to the one and despise the other.
Yep.
You cannot serve God and mammon. Therefore I
God
say
and
to
what?
mammon. Therefore I say to you, one listening to me. You. Therefore I say to you, do not worry about your life. Yo, the creator of the universe is just saying that. What you will eat, he knows. He knows that you open in your fridge and you cry, or what you will drink. Smoothie. Know about your body. Oof, somebody has just been knocked out right now with their body. Oh, my body is not good. What you will put on. He knows you like dressing them Jordans. Is not life more than food and the body more than clothing? Before we go to the next verse. To me,
It's the life.
he is suggesting that life is more than food and more than clothing. He's not asking that he doesn't know. It's more like a rhetorical question.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't life more than food or clothing? Like he knows, like, bro, it's way more. But I have made my life more about clothes. Clothes to me means, okay, food. We've learned in our school days that the basic units of life,
Food, shelter, clothing.
food and clothing and shelter. And it's contradicting to what he's suggesting. He's trying to say, it's like, bro, those are not the basic units of life. You're worrying too much.
I'll say food is very important. And here's why.
Okay.
Food is like the most important thing in life. Kevin is looking at me like,
I'm about to hear.
but the food that we're talking about here
Okay.
is the bread of life.
Okay. I think you're dropping bars already. Yeah, let's go.
That bread, Jomana, when we are in a state of fasting from the physical food, we are highly encouraged to consume the spiritual food. Because, and I've been learning this over the past few weeks, Kwamba, even in church at House of Bread, Pastor Isaac, let me put some respect on that. Pastor Isaac has been teaching us kuhusiana na how we shouldn't let the flesh take the driver's seat and let the spiritual man, the spirit man, take the driver's seat. Kwa sababu when the flesh takes the seat, the important things becomes breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Nyam, digestion. Lakini, when the spirit man takes the seat, those things by the way, to just take care of this vessel.
Okay.
The vessel
Okay.
is like the vehicle, but the driver's seat is set aside for the spirit. And that is why the spirit man, who is the driver, needs to be strengthened at all times. Because the moment you let the vehicle drive itself, that's letting your body drive you. And the only result is what? Death.
Okay. So what you're saying, he's basically talking with somebody who has allowed their flesh or their body or the desires of the flesh to take the driver's seat, who have made food, clothes, and shelter the essentials.
Yeah.
And it's almost suggesting there's more than that. And so the verse that goes down there, let me read the next verse, sorry. Now he knows how to give examples. I think he gives you an example. Jesus gives you an example.
I love how Jesus
Look
knows.
at the birds of the air. You know, to me, how I read this, he already shared a concept. And so he wants to demonstrate it for somebody who wants an example. I mean, he knows like we have different ways of learning. Some of us will read a text and run with it. Some of us will need visuals and imagination.
Jesus loved using visuals. And the visuals that he used are very timeless because 10,000 years later, we'll still have birds in the air. We'll still have trees.
Where'd you get that from? That's
We'll
really
still
good.
have water.
I'm stealing that.
We'll still have bread.
By
We'll
the way,
still have
yeah.
stones. We'll still have wind. And that's why tunaulizwa, tunaambiwa kama if you do not
Did you get that
believe...
now? Or did you have it? Did you have
No,
it?
it just came to me.
Oh
right
my
now.
God, that's so good. That's so good.
I'm just thinking about how
That's so good.
hajawahi
That's so
kutumia
good.
mfano ambao somebody who was born 3,000 years ago
1732.
1732 sijui 101 BC, all those people can still get what Jesus
Oh
was
my
saying.
goodness, I never saw it that way.
Yeah.
But thank God for Beatrice. Yay! Okay.
Thank God for
Oh, that's really good. So he said, look at the birds of the air, for they neither sow nor reap, nor gather into barns, yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not more there you go with the rhetorical question again. Are you not of more value than they? He's almost suggesting
Yeah,
it
like,
again.
if we
When you reap,
are serious, like sasa umeona ndege wako kula unasaga wewe, you who has a purpose, who say, and God says amekucreate in his image.
And then he says, which of you by worrying can add 1 cubit to your stature? So why do you worry about clothing? Because the lilies of the field, how they grow, they neither toil nor reap, toil nor spin. So why did I read this? I think now I know. One of the strongest disease that can steal your present is called worry.
I agree.
I feel like worry is trying to till the soil in your head and hoping there'll be a harvest.
You're tilling in your head.
You're not out there with you're tilling it in your head and then hoping there'll be an actual harvest. And for some reason, you're so convinced that if I sit here and continue tilling, I will have a...
Oh, wow.
And that's why you see, it's almost as it says, worry cannot manufacture anything. It is useless.
It is very useless.
And so when you sit, if you think about it now, for us who have worried and probably worry about things already right now, first of all, it takes you away from the moment.
Oh, it does.
It steals your moment, your present. When you're worrying, you can't think about how, I don't know why this example is coming in my head, bad example. You can't think about how your relationship with your girl is going on. Hopefully you're going to marry her.
Amen.
Okay, you can't think about how amazing the food that your friend made for you or your mom, your dad made for you. You can't even taste. You can't see what's in front of you. You can't hear the birds. It takes you away. That's number 2. It steals your time.
Absolutely.
You are here, but you're not here. And it steals your joy.
Yeah, it does.
You can't enjoy. And I think one of the things that we work so hard, like how someone is saying, we work so hard, but we forget to live.
Yeah.
It steals your joy. I think it's a disease. I'm just trying to discover what is the root of worry. Like, why do people worry?
Worry.
Why do people worry? Like, why do we worry? Let me say people. Why do we worry? Worry about that, worry about money, worry about friends, worry about everything. Even though it doesn't do anything, we still worry.
Is it okay to think that a lack of understanding of who God is
Kitu.
and what he can actually do or what he is actually doing in our lives can make us worry? Kwa sababu it's a lack of faith actually. Because the fear of the unknown, the fear of what is going to happen tomorrow, the fear of what will they think of me, the fear of saitakuaje, it's coming from a place of disbelief. It's coming from a place of lack of identity. Because if you know you have a Father who never fails, if you know you have a God that loves you, who cares for you, worry shouldn't be in your vocabulary. Yani mimi sometimes waga naweza nikawa na worry paka I'm like, God, you have told me not to worry, and then I go and do that exact opposite. It's an act of rebellion. It's an act of sin actually. Kwa sababu when God says do not do something and then you do it, what does that mean? You do not listen to what he has to say. Ndio maana every time worry comes, you have to present it to God. Like, God, I'm worried about something and I know it's absolutely meaningless that I'm worried about this because you have told me. So the best way to combat worry is with what God says. Kwa sababu there's so many things that our minds say, so many things ambazo we've been conditioned to. Back to the first thing we were talking about.
Wow.
Tumekuwa conditioned kwamba yani usipofanya hivi hapa utoboi, usipofanya hivi hapa utoboi. So yani kuna ile fear. And then haya mambo, yeah, you're not tuning into the frequency of what God is saying. You're tuning into a different frequency that is telling you that usipofanya hivi, this will happen. Na mimi nimesha fall victim of that so many times. Najiambia kwamba if I don't work so hard, if I don't put in the effort, I will not make it in life. Like, what is God saying? Did God say that? Is there any verse in the Bible that talks about if you don't, kuna effort ambayo unatakiwa uweke, lakini kuna obedience. Mungu akikwambia wewe fanya 1 2 3, the rest niachie mimi. Can you trust that? Tuna micromanage vitu. Yaani mimi nataka biashara yangu ni run kwa kuhaso. Wafanyakazi wakirest, unakakaje? Tufanye hivi, tufanye kwamba the effort that I put in is what is going to give me the fruit. Lakini God anakwambia you're favored, you're blessed. Like, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't work. No, it just means that you have to trust in his plan. And how can you trust in his plan if you do not spend time with him? If you do not spend time in his word to hear what he has to say? Na uzuri ni kwamba there are already laws governing everything that are already in place. Can I tune myself into that? Can I tap into that? Kuangalia how the other great men of God did things. Can I align myself in that instead of worrying? Because what worry does, as I said before, inakuweka in a different frequency. And that frequency attracts problems. Because it's almost like, I always see this. Umeshawahi kuona kwamba ukiwaza mambo mazuri, it's almost like good things start happening to you. And then ukiwaza vitu vibaya, somehow, it's almost like there's a magnet somewhere. It's a law, yeah?
It's a law.
There's something that we have in ourselves that if the universe au niseme ikiona kabisa Kevin ana fear ya kitu fulani, Kevin ana worry about something, it's gonna bring it to your proximity because you're vibrationally thinking about those things. You're not vibrationally thinking about something higher. And I don't know how, but one among the ways that I deal with worry personally, I don't know how you deal with worry.
I cry. Okay, I'm joking.
It's okay to cry. It's okay. You can let it out. Normally, when I am worried, kwa sababu mimi worry zangu zinakujaga in bulk. Sio kwamba inakuja moja. Zinakuja na friends wake, like, guys, it's time to go make her worry. So I will be worried like, okay, I'm turning this age this year. I haven't accomplished 1, 2, 3. Sasa itakuwaje? I'm turning this much. I am not married. Sijui nini. You don't have any kids paka saizi. Unaulizwa huku na huku. And then they come at you. You don't have this, you don't have that, you don't have this. And then you're like, hey. So I sit down. I always tell my friends this. Anybody who knows me anajua mimi napenda sana ku challenge my thoughts. Challenge the worry. Write it down. The first thing I do, I write it down. Like, hey, so we are worried kwamba we are turning 50 this year. Sindio? Write it down. I'm worried that I'm turning 50. Yani, kwanza tu nikianza kuandika. I feel stupid. It's almost like God amekaa pale anasema, muone huyu. So there is that sense of relief once you put the worry, put the concern in words, in writing. Lakini also trying to question each and every one. Okay, after you have written it down, go under each and every one of them. Jiulize, is there anything that I can do right now, right in this moment, to address this issue? Okay, I'm worried I'm gonna fail an exam. So what can I do about it right now? Maybe I can go through the syllabus and plan for how I'm gonna study. There's something that is within my capability to fix. So I'm gonna get onto that. Fix a timetable, nitasoma hichi. Immediately unaanza kusikia a sense of relief. Haya, I'm worried that I don't have a boyfriend paka saivi, or I don't have a child. Okay, is this urgent? Is this something kwamba if you do not have a child in the next 2 hours you will die? No? Okay. Is there anything within your control to fix it? No. So what can you do? Maybe I can pray to God about it. Kwamba, Lord, I'm looking for a spouse. And then you leave it to Him. And then you walk in that confidence kwamba it is taken care of. You see what I'm saying? The moment you start addressing worries like this, unaanza kujisikia a sense of relief in your mind and in your heart, and all these anxieties, you just somehow dismiss them.
So in my case, what do? I would have a sense of, let's say, feel worry or feel insecurity. Mm-hmm. I will take that and I will document it. I'll use something like Google Keep. I'll write it down. So I'll empty myself.
Okay.
And as I empty myself, I'll write the details. How do I feel? I'll take time to feel myself. Like, is this worries? And then I'll just document it as how I feel it.
Okay.
And then I will sit. It's almost as I write, there's an x-raying that I'm doing. And it's almost like I'm allowing the Spirit of God I start to question.
Okay.
And so sometimes he would just drop something. Sometimes it would be a verse. And so now we'll bring in the healing verses or something that will help me see in the perspective of God, because that's what I want.
Oh, yeah.
There's freedom there. And when I do that, sometimes I will use AI here and there.
Okay.
Of course, there's some red lines in there. Not recommending, but I will do that. But eventually, the more I do that, it keeps me so conscious. Every time I feel certain something, I write it down. When I write it down, I can x-ray it and I can allow myself to process it and meditate it. And so that has really helped me to dissect so many things in my heart and allow God's word to penetrate and create liberty or healing.
That's profound.
So I would want us to dive into, we've talked about presence.
Yeah.
So we've talked about presence and so many profound things. We've talked about worry. We've talked about being present. How then can we move from where we are and start being present? What are some of the practices that we can do? What do you think?
Okay. So this part is going to be my favorite because I have written a few things for you and me.
Yeah.
So that we're going, after this episode ends, we start practicing these things. The very first thing that I would advise you to do is, first of all, when you're having a conversation with someone, like in this case, I have to listen without be preparing a response. Unajua kuna ile unasikiliza mtu and then in your mind, you're listening to respond. Be the person who creates a safe space for somebody to slow down and be present. Like, unajua kuna wale watu ambao unaongea nayo, you feel like you need to rush, kwamba they don't have time. Au you have to, nimejikutaga naongea haraka because I'm scared this person might lose their focus. Or what if in the next 2 seconds they get bored and they have to reach for their phone? So be very intentional about creating a safe space for people to be present. Lakini also you do the same for yourself. Be present. The second thing I would advise is to create pauses in your day. I know that unaweza ukajikuta siku imeanza umeamka, umechelewa, you're running. Fine, hata 2 minutes. Embu pause. You're going into a meeting. Stand outside, Embu. Take a deep breath. Feel your heartbeat. Feel the air brush against your skin. Look at yourself in the mirror. Say something nice to yourself. Like, just pause. Most times tunaenda tu through ding, 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 ding. We miss out on the important feelings. If something is making you laugh, laugh. If something is making you sad, feel it. That's how you stay in the present. The other thing is to limit your noises. Mana, is there a plural for noise?
Noise, whatever. Noise.
So noise, what I'm talking about here is loud music. Kevin, so I've been around Kevin, and one among the things I've noticed he does not like is loud music. Tumeingia kwenye Bolt, and then
shut that thing down.
Unaweza kazi, naomba uzime, naweza nika connect Bluetooth. And then he plays calm music. He plays worship. He plays, and I've seen that consistently. Hamna siku ambayo tumeingia kwenye Bolt labda, and then akakuta anapiga muziki ya kelele. Unajua muziki na yenyewe ina certain, it does something to you.
I can't.
It does something to your brain. So limit noise. Noise can be social media.
True. Because
you're constantly seeing something different every single time. And somebody was asking, do you even remember? Nikikuuliza, tell me 5 things you saw this morning when you're scrolling.
I don't remember anything.
You don't. Because it doesn't really matter. Okay, I'm not saying kwamba social media isitumike completely, but use it intentionally. Don't scroll mindlessly.
True.
Na pia hakikisha kwamba the pages you follow, they add something to you. Mimi nikiingia kule nikakutana na a quote, nikakutana na inspiration, that's good. Algorithms siku hizi zina pick. Wewe umekuwa ukiangalia zile video za meow, that's exactly what you're going to keep seeing, and then what does that do to your brain?
Oh, Beatrice.
So that's another thing of limiting noise and social media and all that. I'm going to pause there for now and pass it over to you, Kevin.
Okay, for me, before even we get to the activities that you need to do, I would say you sit with yourself and you have to ask yourself some really tough questions.
Okay.
We need to get to the nitty-gritty of things.
Mm-hmm.
First, how much do you appreciate yourself? Like, when you look at yourself, are you enough? Do you feel enough?
Wow.
Do you feel enough? Like, let's be real. Do you feel enough? And why don't you feel enough? What about you don't you like? What about you do you like? Mm-hmm. Right? Like those things. Let's dig down, because there's one verse that I really love, and it's God has used that to hit me real hard. I think it's Psalms 139 verse 13 that says, I have knitted the innermost being of you, and then I have knitted you in your mother's womb, and then says, I will praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Do you believe that you are fearfully and wonderfully made? Let's go there, because every activity, every act, every technique will never work if it's built on the wrong identity.
Yeah.
So you have to come to a place where you're like, I am wonderfully made. The translation of wonderfully right there, I checked, it's uniquely fashioned.
Uniquely
Do you feel uniquely fashioned, or you're trying to compare yourself with everybody else? Mm. So be okay to understand that, you know what, I don't feel enough.
Yeah.
But then know where to source your sufficiency from. Not from your 2-second dopamine. No, you cannot be sufficient there. You source your sufficiency from the one who is sufficient already. So that's God.
That's a bar right there.
So go. You have to be still. You have to be vulnerable with him. God is, you know what? I just don't like myself. Help me like myself, right? So to me, it starts from the root of identity, and then this one. This is not going to be a 2-second thing. It's not going to be a 1-day thing. It might take you 3 months, journey. 6 months. It's a journey. It might take you 4 years. But you have to be okay with the process and not try to be going on a destination every time. I was saying something on social. There's a difference between walking and transitioning, walking and commuting. Yeah. When you're walking, you're present. But we're transitioning, it's about the destination. You will eventually get there, but don't lose the now.
Don't lose the now.
Just be here, be present, enjoy the walk. That's the whole point. If life was about a destination, we'd be like, it would be a mess up here. But now you need to be still and be be moving, be walking. Don't be transitioning. Walk. You will eventually get there. It's not about the getting there. It's also about the walk too. So when you are okay with your identity, it will be easier for you to sit still and silent. So one of the activities I would say, try be okay with just being silent. Same thing. Put your phone away. I'm not there yet. Neither is she.
Nope.
But just put your phone away. This weekend, yesterday, after my work, I was like, I don't want to see my phone. I left it there. I went to run somewhere. Came back. I didn't touch it. The freedom.
It's
do
so
that.
freeing.
Make that a point. Then, what are some of the things that make you happy? You've left those. They're gone. Somebody sold you the idea of going to a club and you think that's joyful. No, it's not necessarily joyful unless it's what kind of club? I don't know what will they be doing to make it joyful, but it's what makes you happy. If sitting down, like what makes me happy, with a cup of nice tea, milk tea, with good cashews. I'm not gonna name brands, but some brands I don't like. Sit down and play Madison Ryan Word. That lady is good with her vocals. Okay. I've been on that song for some time. The whole thing, everything she produces is good. That makes me happy. What makes you happy? It doesn't have to match social media.
Yeah.
It can just be walking in the beach barefoot.
I love that.
Oh, I hit the movie right there.
That.
Watching the sunset. Okay, maybe you don't have the sunset. It's too far. You have to travel. You are in the center of Tanzania. You're like, well, okay, maybe. I don't know. Just be creative with what you have, So for me, those two things, because that's what I started identifying. I started sitting myself down. I was like, okay, if I had the money, trying to rule out the money. If money was not a problem, if I could go anywhere, do whatever I want.
What would I do?
What would I do? Anything that I will put there that is so genuine is most likely something that I should be doing.
Exactly. Because it doesn't involve money.
Because I'm like, I would think about it that I would go build a wooden house in the rural areas.
Take a swim
have
in
a
the
farm.
lake.
Watch this. Just have plants. Like I just want some good sunlight, some orange light, some sunset, some sunrise. Enjoy that. Breathe the soil, like how I said it. Have a really good garden it myself as a hobby. Maybe have a bee farm. I'm imagining it already. Have like a work desk and a space where I work that is away from home, but it's wooden and it has mirrors, not mirrors, windows that lets in light and there's some green plant around.
Sounds dreamy.
So it's a lot of creativity. It's like, that is what I want. Right? Even the idea of the podcast, I want to change it a little bit. We're here now, but eventually change how it looks.
Yeah.
I want to throw the ball back to you.
Wow. I love that, Kevin. Interestingly enough, the most precious things in life that actually make us feel happy are completely free. Because when I look at the things you just mentioned, you've talking about the woods, you've talking about the views, you've talking about bees, you've talking about things that are available for you. God has placed them there because He knows they will make you happy. So why are we chasing this? Why are we chasing these things that don't really matter?
Maybe you should give us the grandma story.
My grandmother had a wooden house, and it was the most coziest place I've ever been in my life. She had wooden utensils, and for those who know mpikicho, the ones that's used to mix, because there were no blenders back then, it was made of wood, and then the end part was made of a bone. Everything was just made from nature. I remember banging my finger like kwenye hinji ya mlango, like bang, and I peeled this skin off. And I went to her and she took something from her pot, applied it on my finger, mixed it with some herbs, and then boom, pain was instantly gone. And I was like, what was that? She was a nurse, so she was very good with traditional medicine. You have a toothache, I got you. anaeka sijui plant gani, you're okay. You have a sijui stomachache, I got you. You drink some liquid, you're good. Like everything was just so readily available in nature. But these days, the same nature that has given us this medication, tunaichukua, tunaenda kuiprocess, tunasynthesize, tunafanyaje, and then we come to consume it in the nature that look, I've been in the medical field. I'm not saying kwamba I'm against the medical field and the innovations that are being done, but unfortunately, there's a lot of existing poison that exists because we just do not embrace the natural stuff. And I look at our lives back then, how healthy we felt, how much kulikuwa hakuna cancers and so many. If basi mtu mwingine anaargue anasema cancers zilikuwepo ni kwamba it was not being documented. But I would like to disagree kwa sababu these people are around me. And you look at the same kind of people around me now, 3 out of maybe 10 wanaumwa certain issues that 3 out of 10 back then walikuwa hawaumwi such issues. So there is a lifestyle issue there. Anyway, I just think that the beautiful things in life that we have to enjoy are readily available. And if you take the intention to be very mindful about what you are enjoying, identify kwanza what you enjoy. Is it sitting down with a friend to talk? Is it eating cashew and a cup of milk tea like Kevin? Like identify that and then schedule it in. If you think you're too busy, schedule it in. But squeeze in 2 hours to do something you enjoy this weekend, you know? Because that's how you come back to the present. Yeah?
Definitely.
Another point that I wanted to add is, I always talk about it, journaling. Kevin, you using Google Keep is a form of journaling because you have things that come to your mind and instead of keeping them there, like most people do, because you hold too many thoughts, and I always say this, ni kama laptop hii hapa, ufungue tab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mpaka 20. It just starts doing, it's breathing like I'm tired. Ukifunga tabs, inaanza ku-release like, oh, okay, I just have to run one program. Lakini when you have too many thoughts and then you do not have an outlet, they will consume you. So being in the present can be done by just transferring what is up here, here. And sometimes being able to articulate something, putting it in words can help you understand it. Because when it's just a thought, you're like, maybe I'm not enough. Ukianza kuandika, I am not enough. You're like, hey, what do you mean you're not enough? It starts making sense, but this thought is not godly. Because at the end of the day, everything that we have here has to be filtered through the lens of the Bible. What does the Bible say? Filter it. Umejiambia you're not enough. Does God say that? No. So I'm definitely enough. Oh, I'm not good looking enough. What does the Bible say? It says you're wonderfully and fearfully made. So this is not true. Quite challenging every thought. You have to identify it and then you have to note it down like Kevin does. And I also do that sometimes. Lakini, being able to filter it through the filter of the Bible, because that's the standard. That's what we get our identity from. Yeah.
Yo, it's been one cool conversation.
Yes, I agree.
To me, I'm challenged. I'm usually having guests, and yeah, but then just to have a conversation here and there. Not that I don't have conversation with guests, but it's different, you know.
Oh yeah.
So thank you so much for dropping by. I really enjoyed this. I hope you did too. So this was Thrive 365 podcast with your host, Kevin Matili, and today's co-host,
My name is Beatrice.
See you in the next episode. If you have, I might leave something in the comments, something you can download to help you analyze. So probably these tips plus the questions so that you can go through it and analyze yourself. I will have some scriptures there to help you too. I might leave those there. So check in the comments. You'll find that there. Also, I would like to hear from you. What do you think about this conversation? What's your opinion? Drop that in the comment. Don't forget to subscribe as well. And send this to somebody who you think will need to live in the present and they've been trying to live in the future or the past. Other than that, see you, and bye.
Bye.